Hello and namaste friends, welcome back. Today in this video we are going to create 3D discount text effect in Adobe Illustrator. This is the first Illustrator tutorial on my YouTube channel, so if you guys want more tutorial on Illustrator as well, please don't forget to comment. So without talking a lot, let's start our video, but before, as always, let's roll our intro. Okay, so here we are in our Adobe Illustrator. So let's create a new document first. So let's go to the file, new, and here is some preset which you have already worked on. So if you want to start with any of them, you can just click and go on. But for now, I'm going to create my own. So I'm going to rename to and width 1080 pixels by height 1080 pixels and create. So here we have a brand new document open. So let's create a gradient background first. So let's select this rectangle tool from the toolbar and let's create a rectangle with our document size, and let's add a gradient here. So here I have my gradient panel, so I'm going to click on gradient. If you are not seeing your gradient panel on your Adobe Illustrator, then you got to go to window, and here we have gradient, and if you want any of this, then you can just tick mark and you gotta get it. So now I'm gonna go to the gradient. I'm gonna select this gradient color to something like this, and for the dark, like this darker red. From the gradient type, I'm gonna select this radial. So let's select this gradient tool from the toolbar and let's drag it something like this. So now I'm going to select this gradient layer or the rectangle or the background and go to the object and lock selection. So of course you can press Ctrl+2 on your keyboard to lock the layer, to lock the background. So let's create a text now. So from the toolbar, I'm going to select this type tool. I'm going to type here with all caps DISCOUNT, discount. So let's just scale it up by holding Shift on your keyboard. So let's change this font to something like bold. So I'm going to search for Gotham Black. So here I have a very bold font that will be perfect for this 3D text effect. So now I'm going to change this color to super white. So I'm going to go to the swatches and select white color. Okay, now let's go to the effect and 3D extrude and bevel. Now here we have our 3D text. I'm gonna make this something like so. So this looks good to me, and of course you can increase or decrease the depth of this text from this extrude depth, but for now I'm gonna put 50. And of course you have some bevel options, bevel styles you can select, but for now I have select none, and let's create OK. So we have very basic 3D text here. Let's select this text, go to object. So let's create an expand appearance. Let's ungroup it, right click on the text, and here we have ungroup. So here we have a very individual text with us. So let's select the individual letters and right click and again ungroup. So we have something like this. So let's ungroup all the text the same way. So let's ungroup this, let's ungroup this, ungroup. So we have ungrouped all the text here. So now let's select this surface text by holding Shift on your keyboard, and let's go to the object, and here we have a path, and let's select this offset path. So the Adobe Illustrator, remember the value I have put before, so you can put -5 or -6 is okay. So I'm going to click OK. Press Ctrl+Shift on your keyboard and let's select the upper path, and let's change this color to white. So let's go to the swatches and select white. So we have created a shiny stroke. So let's again press Ctrl+Shift on your keyboard and select this inner path of the text, and let's give a gradient. So let's go to the gradient and let's click on the gradient. From the gradient type, let's select the linear gradient, and let's change the gradient angle to -90. Let's alt click on your keyboard and drag and drop these text. So we have a copy of our text. Now let's go to this knife tool, press Alt on your keyboard, and let's slice this text something like so. Let's select this move tool, press shift and control on your keyboard and select all the bottom layers. Let's delete. Press shift control on your keyboard and select all this text. And let's go to the swatches, change this color to white. Let's fit this text as it was before. So let's zoom in a bit and let's, okay, so it fit perfectly now. And from this transparency, let's change this opacity to 30. So we have a shiny shade kind of effect on our 3D text. So now let's group this text again. And group. So here I finished grouping all this text. So let's randomize this text like so. Let's give the random size and let's rotate this something like so. Let's make it more bigger. Press Ctrl and left bracket to move it backward, and let's scale it up. So to create a depth on our text, let's create a new shape here. Select the pen tool, create a new shape, something like so. And let's give this color to black. Let's go to the effect, blur, Gaussian blur, and put the value to 55. So let's move this shadow behind our text, pressing Control plus left bracket, and move our shadow behind the text. Press Alt on your keyboard to copy this shadow. Press here, right click, transform, reflect. Okay, so here we have our discount text with some depth. So let's add a ribbon here. So for the ribbon, I'm going to select this rectangle tool, create a rectangle like so. Let's select this curvature tool and let's make a curve something like so. Let's make a curve something like so. Let's give the gradient to our ribbon. So I'm gonna go to the gradient, select on gradient, and let's add one more gradient here. Let's change this color to something like this. Let's create a new shape to make these gradients look something like. Select the direct selection tool, select this corner here, and pull this like so. Now let's pull this here. Let's move this end behind the ribbon. So Control plus left bracket, so we have this 3D discount text ready. So let's group this text, select group, so that we move all the text at once. So the text is ready, so let's put it under. So I have already created this paper flags, so I'm gonna copy this paper flags from this file and I'm gonna drag and drop to here. And of course you can create these paper flags by this polygon tool, drag and down arrow on your keyboard, and of course you can give the color from the swatches, like you can give any color you want, rescale it. So this is how I created all these flags. This is pretty much. So I think we are done. So if you guys like this tutorial, please do like, please do comment, and if you're new in this channel and want more video like this, please do subscribe to my channel, and see you in next videos guys. Peace.